Unsaturated hydrocarbons is further divided into alkenes and alkynes. They are widely distributed in nature form of petroleum and natural gas. The primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary carbon atom should be identified. Any kind of alkene will give that corresponding alkanes. Hello everyone, this is Harshita Bhavasar from Vidyashram School of Excellence. Today we are starting a new chapter, that is hydrocarbons. First we will see the exam corner. For this chapter hydrocarbons, we need 18 hours for the discussion and the total marks allotted for this chapter is 10. Okay, overall 10 marks is allotted, so it is a major chapter for your examination. So, in this session what we are discussing means introduction, alkanes, nomenclature and isomerism of alkanes, methods of preparation of alkanes. These are the content we are going to discuss in this session. First we will understand what are hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are the compounds which contain only hydrogen and carbon in it. Okay. It means there is no a chance of getting a heteroatom in it. No, there is a presence of heteroatom also. Means in the hydrocarbons H will be replaced by nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, chlorine, any kind of another elements. That element or atom will be called as heteroatoms. Okay. But major hydrocarbons will be considered as the compound which contains only hydrogen and carbon in it. So we will see now what is the definition and what are the classification of hydrocarbons. The compounds of carbon and hydrogen are known as hydrocarbons. Based on the arrangement of carbon atoms in a molecule, hydrocarbons are classified as aliphatic and cyclic hydrocarbons. So hydrocarbons will be divided into aliphatic or acyclic and cyclic hydrocarbons based on the carbon chain, arrangement of carbon chain. See, the name itself will tell. Acyclic means it will be in a straight or branched. This cyclic means it will be in a ring structure. Acyclic is further divided into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated hydrocarbons are nothing but alkanes which contains only single bond. Example, methane. Okay. And that another category, that is unsaturated hydrocarbons, is further divided into alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes is nothing but a type of hydrocarbon which contains double bond, and alkynes is also a type of hydrocarbon which contains triple bond. For example of alkene is ethene, the example of alkyne is ethine. Okay. And here cyclic hydrocarbon. The cyclic hydrocarbon is divided into alicyclic and aromatic. This alicyclic is similar to the saturated hydrocarbon, that acyclic hydrocarbon only. In that also saturated cycloalkane and unsaturated cycloalkenes will be present. This is cyclohexane example. Here cyclohexene is the example. And what is that aromatic hydrocarbon? Aromatic hydrocarbon is nothing but a kind of hydrocarbon which contains a ring structure, means it will be a benzene and its derivatives. So this is a classification picture for the compounds hydrocarbons. First we will see, that is saturated hydrocarbon alkane. Okay, we will see a detailed portion of alkanes. So what is that alkanes definition? Acyclic or open chain saturated hydrocarbons are called alkanes. Saturated means single bond will be present in the compounds. They are also known as paraffins. In the Latin, para means linte and affins means affinity. Okay. As they are non-reactive towards common reagents such as acids, bases, oxidizing and reducing agents. Alkanes are usually a very stable compound, that's why it is not reactive towards a common reagents called acids, bases or oxidizing or reducing compounds. Okay, it is stable comparative to unsaturated. They are widely distributed in nature form of petroleum and natural gas. It has been widely spread out in the environment like in the form of fuel or natural gas. Like that, methane is the main constituent of CNG, that is compressed natural gas, and LNG, that is liquefied natural gas. Okay, whereas butane and isobutane constitute LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas. Another one, butane and isobutane constitute that LPG, whatever we will use in our domestic work, that will be butane and isobutene. LNG and LPG are widely used as domestic and automobile fuels, while petrol and diesel are used for automobile fuels. This LNG and LPG will be used in domestic fuel, means home and some of the industries. This petrol and diesel will be used as automobile fuels. Thus, hydrocarbons play a key role in our daily life. It is playing a very important role in our daily life. Alkenes are a homologous series with general molecular formula, that is CnH2n plus 2. The first member of alkanes is methane, and its structure is discussed in the previous chapter. In alkanes, each carbon is sp3 hybridized. Usually that alkane, the general formula is CnH2n. See here, 2n plus 2. This n is nothing but number of carbon atoms. See how it will be. C1, if n equal to 1, Cn, C1, H2, 1 plus 2. 2 2s are 2 1s are 2, 2 2 plus 4, CH4. That is methane. Okay. And that successive member will be C2, H6. In between 2, CH2 will be the difference. CH2 will be the difference. Okay. If we add CH2 for C2H6, it will become C3H8, C4H10, C5H12, like that. In between the any homologous series or successive series, the CH2 will be the difference. For bringing to this formula, this is the general formula of alkenes, where N is nothing but number of carbon atoms. Okay. And each bond in the alkane will be represented by sp3 hybridized bond. Okay. These are the general introduction part of alkenes. Now, we will see nomenclature and isomerism. The nomenclature of simple and complex substituted branched alkenes can be understood by considering the following examples by using condensed formulae. See here, this is one of the example for alkane, 4-ethyl 2-methyl hexane. How? Overall 6 carbon atoms, hexane. At the 4th position, methyl, first meth, methyl, second one methyl, 4th one ethyl is there. This is meth and eth. Okay. The overall part is 2,4-methyl, 4-ethyl 2-methyl hexane. Okay. This is how the nomenclature and isomerism will, nomenclature of the compound will be done. The normal IUPAC nomenclature rules are only followed here, like alphabetical order, the lowest position rule, locant rule, everything is same as the organic compound nomenclature. Okay. While naming this compound, lowest sum rule and alphabetical order of the substituent name is followed. Yes, the common same thing, lowest sum rule is followed and alphabetical order should be followed. See here, the longest chain rule, 9 carbons are there, that's why nonane, and overall second position ethyl is present, 7th position ethyl is present, at the 5th position propyl, this is dimethyl is present. Like that only it should be named. Okay. Next one, types of carbon atoms. Primary carbon atom attached to only one carbon atom is called primary carbon atom. Secondary carbon atom attached to two carbon atoms, and tertiary carbon atom attached to 3 carbon, and quaternary 4 carbon atom should be attached. To understand this, how the primary, secondary, tertiary means, see here one carbon is there and remaining is any other element hydrogen, this is carbon, that is primary. This is secondary. This is tertiary. This is quaternary. All the side 4 carbons are attached. Like this, the types of carbon atoms should be identified. To better understand, see here, write the structure of 3, 4, 4, 5 tetramethyl heptane and indicate the number of primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary carbon atoms present in it. First, you have to write the structure for this compound. Everything is written here, and first you have to identify the primary carbon because one carbon is only present, that's why primary. For this one, 2 carbon atom is present, secondary. See here, 1, 2, 3 carbon is present. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that's why tertiary. For here 1, 2, 3, 4 quaternary. Here also 1, 2, 3 tertiary. 1, 2 secondary. For 1 only primary. Here also primary, here also primary and primary. That is how it has to be identified. See once again, this condensed formula I am writing in an expanded remaining are hydrogens. For this one only 1, for this one 2, that's why secondary. For this one 1, 2, 3 tertiary. For this one 1, 2, 3, 4 quaternary. For this one 1, 2, 3. For this one 1, 2. For this one 1. Again this one 1, 1, 1, 1. This is how the primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary carbon atom should be identified. Next is isomerism. Alkenes exhibits chain and position isomerism. First we have to understand what is isomerism. We have discussed in the previous session. Isomerism is nothing but the compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula will be called as isomers. The phenomenon will be called as isomerism. Usually the structures will be different, that's why that phenomenon will be called as structural isomerism. Okay, but alkanes will exhibit chain and position isomerism. The first 3 homologous form from 4th and higher homologous of alkanes. The structural isomers of 4th and 5th homologous of alkanes are shown in the following table. See here, any kind of branch or any kind of ring will be exhibited by more than 3 first homologous series. That's why they have taken 4, means butane. See, this is, it can be written in 2 ways, butane and 2-methyl propane. This is a straight condensed formula and this is structural formula. Okay, and this is bond line structure, meth, eth, pro, but. This is 2-methyl propane, that is isobutane. Okay, this is little bit branched. See here, and this is 2-methyl propane. This is 5th homologous series, that is pentane, pentane, N-pentane, condensed formula. This is also straight chain. This is 2-methyl butane, branched. See here, branched. 2, 2 dimethyl propane. See here, it is also branched like a into mark. Okay, this is how the 4th and 5th or higher than this 4th and 5th will also shows the or exhibits the isomerism part in chain and structural isomerism. Okay. Now, we'll see how the alkanes could be prepared by various methods. First one, from unsaturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated means the compounds containing double or triple bond. From that, the alkanes could be prepared. The process of addition of hydrogen to an unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is in alkene or alkyne, the presence of catalyst like platinum, palladium, nickel is called catalytic hydrogenation. When alkenes or alkynes are heated with hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst, corresponding alkanes are formed. See here, this is ethene, that is unsaturated hydrocarbon. For this unsaturated, catalytic hydrogenation means hydrogen will be added in the presence of, by the help of nickel. That process will be called as catalytic hydrogenation. Later, it will form ethane, means this saturated hydrocarbon will be formed. This is propene, propane will form. Means corresponding, any kind of alkene will give that corresponding alkanes. Platinum and palladium catalyzes the reaction at room temperature, but when nickel is used, higher temperature and pressure is required. Why they have given heat means, in platinum and palladium, room temperature is only enough. But when they have used as nickel, higher than room temperature is needed. That's why they will require heat. Usually nickel, palladium, platinum are catalyst. Next method on reduction. Okay, from alkyl halides also they can prepare the alkanes on reduction except fluorides. Okay, on reduction with zinc copper couple and alcohol, hydrochloric acid gives alkenes. See, this is alkyl halide, means chloromethane. When hydrogenation has been done, zinc and dilute HCl is, zinc copper dilute HCl is been coupled, methane will be formed with the liberation of hydrochloric acid. See here, chloroethane, same process, ethane will form. Okay, that halide will be removed with hydrogen. That is how the reduction will be takes place. Okay. Next one, Woods reaction. This is a named reaction. When alkyl halides are treated with sodium metal in dry ether medium, higher alkanes are formed. This reaction is known as Woods reaction. It is employed for the synthesis of higher alkanes containing even number of carbon atoms. See here, this is normal bromomethane, means alkyl halide. When treated with sodium in the presence of dry ether medium, it will form ethane, means here methane is present, it will form ethane, means higher than that previous successive member. Here bromoethane is present, but it will form butane, will form, means higher alkanes will be formed by the Woods reaction. Next is from carboxylic acids. First reaction, decarboxylation. What is the decarboxylation? Removal of carbon dioxide will be called as decarboxylation reaction. When sodium salt of carboxylic acid is heated with soda lime, an alkane containing one carbon atom less than the parent carboxylic acid is formed. The process of elimination of carbon dioxide from a carboxylic acid is called decarboxylation. See here, this is a sodium salt of carboxylic acid. When treated with base, that is nothing but sodium hydroxide, in the presence of calcium oxide, it will form methane and the carbonate. Here also sodium propanate treated with sodium hydroxide, it will form ethane, the sodium carbonate will be removed. The same thing, the removal of carbon dioxide will be done. That is called decarboxylation. Next method from carboxylic acids is coal-based electrolytic method. When concentrated solution of sodium salt of carboxylic acid, this is the sodium salt of carboxylic acid, is electrolyzed, higher alkane is formed at the anode as one of the product. This process is called coal-based electrolysis. See, this is sodium salt of fatty acid. When electrolysis means water is used, Here alkane will form, see here only one alkyl is there, here two alkyl, that is higher alkane will formed at the anode, and this is the remaining NaOH and H2 will be at cathode. Okay, same here CH3 is used, this is ethane, that is methyl means here ethane will formed at anode, that higher alkanes will be formed in the process of coal based electrolytic method. These are the various kinds of preparation of alkanes you have seen, and the nomenclature, isomerism of alkanes already seen. In the next class, we will study about physical properties of alkanes and chemical properties of alkanes. How that alkanes will be, alkanes melting point, boiling point, the oxidation, everything will be seen under physical properties. In the chemical properties, how with the different chemicals or different solutions it would have reacted. Okay, we'll meet in the next session. I hope you have understood completely what I have taught today. So thank you.